Game show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Timberwolves out in Minneapolis. Well, for Minnesota, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. And when you look at the center position now, Kenny, it's not as stacked as it once was. Marc Gasol, though, still one of the very best in the business.
I would like to see a team in the NBA say, you know what, we're going to go back to old school, and we're going to play inside out. Forget everybody else and what they're doing. Because Marc Gasol is a tremendously skilled 7-footer, Shaq.
He's tough, he's unselfish, good range on the jumper. Maybe not the quickest guy, but usually in the right position at the right time, all the time that's right.
Yeah, and that about does it. With tip-off fast approaching.
Right.
We send it to Kevin Harlan.
The crowd is assembled here at the Target Center in Minneapolis, looking for the Timberwolves to have a victory here on their home floor. And we've got it for you live, right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer on our sideline, David Aldridge, and our very special guest, Hall of Famer to be, one of the greats ever to step on the pro hardwood, the one, the only, Kevin Garnett. KG, it is great to have you with us.
K-Hall, it's always great to see you, man.
Today's game finds the Grizzlies winding down their road trip. And with the worst record in the NBA, they simply don't have the talent to win that many ball games.
Yeah, and Kevin, I haven't been able to quite figure out what the problem been for this group, but obviously neither have they, because the struggle is real. I know they're working hard to get things figured out, but no matter what road they've taken, it's led to a dead end.
And that nickname, the Big Ticket, it stuck, and it certainly fit. KG, you were the Big Ticket.
Lord knows I owe you for that one, man.
But you were the Big Ticket.
Where'd you get that from, man?
You know, I don't even know.
Okay, man, listen.
But that, do you like, of all the nicknames you have, and you've got some,
yes.
Would you like that as well as any
listen,
you got?
Listen, it has morphed now. I am the ticket. So
the ticket, right.
My friends come to me and they ask me, Teron Lou, he don't call me. He hasn't called me Kevin since you've been calling me the Big Ticket. Everybody calls me Ticket.
How about that?
All the young guys, I don't even think they know my name. There's no Ticket. Ticket. Hey, Tick. Right, so that's what it is.
You are the Big Ticket still. Now look at Memphis's starting group. Jackson down low with Gasol. Conley out there with buckets. And it's Crowder in at the 3 spot. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That is his first foul of the game. Outside Gasol. Kicks to Conley. Shot clock at 6. It's Crowder on the wing. Oh, good on the triple. Looking at the last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to Dallas. Lets the 3 fly. No good. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they fell to the Wolves.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
They've just got to be more careful tonight. It's that simple. I mean, those guys are too valuable. They need them on the floor. That's a good shot. Even though it couldn't find the bottom of the bucket, I like the shot quality.
Here's Wiggins. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Conley gets the bucket.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness and the fearlessness there, Greg. I mean, very committed to getting the shot he wanted.
Now here's Wiggins. Last game he had 12. To the middle. It's rebounded by Memphis. Jackson's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
And, you know, it's obvious he's a talented scorer. I mean, that's a given. A guy you can depend on to get it done in a lot of ways.
Here's Smart. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. Kev, talk about the characteristics needed to be a winner in this league.
Appetite. How much do you want this? Can you push through that pain right there? Or you going to dive on the floor? You're going to do the small things. You know, you're going to double down, or you're going to be in the spot where you're supposed to when you're supposed to be there. You know my bads. You know, all this goes into winning. And then you need a little luck. You do. And you need an appetite. You need 15 guys that's willing to push through anything at any moment. That's the difficult part of winning.
On the same page.
On the same page, all 15 thinking the same thing.
Yeah. That sounds daunting.
Listen, people think that, oh, man, why can't you have 15? Because it's 15 guys thinking 15 totally different things. And that's the difficult part of being a coach. That's what I'm saying. Being a coach is one of the hardest things to be, because you got to take 15 perspectives and get them all in one and then go forward with the same velocity like you want to. It's frustrating.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now, here's Rozier. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
Beal can't get it to go.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
And so here's Memphis. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. Outside, Smart. Outside, Towns. Beal from long range. The Grizzlies pull it in. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, there was no shine on that effort. Really lackluster. Their D was nowhere to be found.
Just 4 to shoot. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on. I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
And the Timberwolves call time. Kevin, you think about having that killer instinct, that killer mentality. You go against a Kobe Bryant, he would tear your heart out. Listen, as you would his.
And you have to understand that we all recognize that about each other. Tim Duncan would be the same. Rasheed Wallace would be the same. I would think of Allen Iverson would be the same. Vince Carter would do the same. These are guys who, Trace McGrady, Charles Billups, these are all guys who kill a meal. These are all guys who don't care. And that's how it should be. And that's
you can't be great unless you are.
I think you have to possess that killer instinct.
Jordan.
And listen, Michael Jordan was one of the darkest. Seriously, Jordan could go into a place where he could go repetitive and he could go on talking to you. And the more he talked, I thought the better he got. And I thought the madder he got, the better he got. And the more upset and the more you didn't trap him, the more he was ticked off that you wasn't. Bro, there's a whole matrix to it. Like, seriously, this game is levels to it. And the ones that understand and have been in that understand what I'm talking about.
There's not a great player that hasn't been.
No, because they understand that moment. When you got there, when you in that moment, you're just riding the wave. You're just going to ride it. The great ones know what I'm talking about.
Outstanding vision, plus the height of Towns allows him to see over defenders.
Barrett, guarded by Smart. Conley against Rozier. Here's Barrett. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Bucket's got 5.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
Now here's Smart. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. It's an 8-point differential. Beal against Crowder. On the wing, Wiggins. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.
Out to Conley. That one off the back iron and out.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Pass to Barrett. Latrine. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep. Kevin, you think about the work that goes into being an elite player. Describe that. What did you try to accomplish?
What are you going to do in these positions right here? When they trap you, how are you going to get the ball out? When you're not trapped, when you're one-on-one, what are the moves you're working on down here? Okay, on the right block. Okay, what about the left block? What about the top of the key? You get an ISO top of the key, what are you going to do? 5 seconds, what are you going to do? So you have to invest in yourself. After you get done with that, that's probably 45 minutes to an hour. You go in, you shower, you get done with that, you take your behind home, you sit, you rest. Now you obviously as a person, you're living as a human being, your everyday life. But yeah, it's a lot.
Sounds exhausting.
It is, but it is a cycle that you are able to create for yourself. And once you're in it, and it turns over like an everyday. You know, this is what you do every day. It's sort of like a routine. And once you get that routine, it is what it is. And I was able to keep a routine for 21 years. Amazing. And you know what?
21 years.
21 years, I added things on to my routine. But if you ask anybody to play with me, they see my routine. I did my routine every day. Never missed a day of not doing my routine.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Johnson, he's checked in for Gasol. Anderson comes in for Jackson. Brooks checked in for Jay Crowder. And it's Harrison in for Mike Conley. And that one misses.
And, you know, really, Towns is the total package. A versatile scorer, skilled defender, and strong competitor.
And he gets it to go. Bucket's got 10 points.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
To the paint. And that one's good, Harrison. And the Grizzlies lead by 13.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Tone setting, that's what I call it. Grabbing this one by the throat early on and then squeezing it hard.
And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Tries from 10, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Harrison's got his second bucket. And, Kevin, you talk about your rivals at that big man position. Who comes to mind among guys you played against and have the most respect for?
I got a lot of respect for guys in our league. Shaq, Rasheed Wallace, Dice, Charles Barkley, Carmelo, you know, name a few. Chris Webber, a ton of respect. But when it comes to the cream of the cream, you know, Rasheed Wallace and Tim Duncan always brought out another side of me. I would say Chris Webber, too, you know, because Chris Webber's my idol. And those guys brought out the better side of me. And I like to think that I dug deeper with those guys and playing up against those guys. If you want to see what you are in this league and all that stuff that you've been practicing and working on in the gym, those players, those moments are going to pull those times out of you. And that's what true essence are. And only the elite understand that. Only the elite understand the matrix. And things slow down and you really are dominating the game on both ends.
Different world, different flow, different mindset, different type of character. And Minnesota has possession following the score by Memphis. There's Beal with the three. Brooks grabs the board.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Pass to Harrison. Takes it from 10. Anderson outside. Shoots. Rebound, Minnesota. Towns has got his 5th rebound in this one.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That is his first foul of the game. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for buckets. Pass to Bates Diop. Over Anderson. And Bates Diop gets it to go.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Harrison kicks to Parsons. Anderson outside. Here's Harrison. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Grizzlies.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe. And it's Harrison with the ball for Memphis. 11-point game. Smart against Parsons. Back to Johnson. Left side Parsons. Clock at 6. Johnson outside. And here's Anderson for 3. And there's the pass to Rozier. 44 seconds left to play in the first. Smart with the ball. He's picked up by Brooks. Passes it to Bates Diop. Stolen by Anderson. Brooks against Wiggins. Brooks the pass to Harrison. Back to Brooks. Parsons on the wing. Clock at 6. And it's Brooks in the corner. Anderson finds Brooks. And it's off from three-point range. Wiggins outside. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Wiggins has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And so it's Memphis in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Right back after this break. Mike Conley, one of the best players never to play in an All-Star game, and he says he's tired of the underrated label.
The underrated Mike Conley thing has been out the window for me for a while, and it's gotten a little frustrating because I felt like I've been deserving of it over the years, but it's so hard to crack that spot in the Western Conference, and I'm going to keep working, and hopefully this will be the year.
And as he said, in the West, so many great guards.
And he's been a part of some winning teams, certainly has been in the conversation. And he'll just have to be content with that max contract.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
So on the floor for Memphis, they've got Harrison. Amir Johnson is out there with Chandler Parsons. Then it's Brooks, and it's Anderson in at the 3. And, Kevin, you were so loyal. But can you imagine your career had you not been traded to Boston and played with those guys and had that coach and in that city with all that tradition? Can you even imagine your career?
You know what? I should have did it earlier. I should have got with Paul earlier. I told him that.
Everybody wants to play with him. Everyone wants to play with you.
Yeah, Paul and I should have got together earlier, but, through the loyalty and still feeling like, you can still do it. You got to have a machine behind you. Yeah. Management has to be behind you. They got to be willing to put up dollars and be as virtuous as you are. I got to experience Boston and having a machine behind us. And Doc Rivers controlled that whole thing as much as he could, and it worked. So, yeah.
Minnesota with the ball, following the miss by Chandler Parsons from deep. That shot off. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Hal Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrated. I don't allow that. And he knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, PA. Thank you. And there it is for him. Valanciunas has got his first points of the game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now, here's Parsons. 8 points his last outing. Here's Harrison. And another miss by Memphis. Timberwolves trail by 3. Pass from Valanciunas. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Harrison. He has 6. Harrison's on the wing. Kevin, what's it feel like when you hear you're one of the most dominant players of this generation in a generation of great players?
That's weird. That's weird to hear because, you don't do anything by yourself.
Think of the names. Think of the names.
You know what? When you talk about stats and you talk about, numbers, you put them up against, previous and your peers, then yeah. But, you got to always give homage to coaching styles. You got to always give homage to organizations, other players. Players make this league. This is not something you do by yourself. You come in here, you put your work in, but the camaraderie and the energy that you're able to get, the friendships, the bonds you're able to get in this. Now you have to give that to your teammates and your brothers that have helped you on the way.
You've always deferred. You've always said, thank you, but listen, look at this guy. Look at this coach.
It is, man. Seriously, man. I won MVP in 04, and it was more about the guys that I was playing with and our connection more than the award. I was kind of the symbol and the example of that team put together, and I hope that I was able to always be, the example of. I hope that I was able to always, have those guys to be proud of, what we all accomplished that year, because one person just don't come into that and do that. That's a team.
Some changes for Memphis. Marc Gasol comes in for Amir Johnson, and Mike Conley is subbed in for Brooks. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Conley with it. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. From downtown, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Minnesota calls timeout. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
Yep, and that's not a winning performance. I mean, you got to tighten up the defense moving forward if you're going to get some W's.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Jackson, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. And Jake Crowder's subbed in for Kyle Anderson. Now here's Smart. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Beal gets a wide open look. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Kevin, you talk a lot about passion, but also fundamentals. Who are some of the guys you faced that had great footwork that you admired and maybe even picked something up in terms of footwork after watching them play?
You know, footwork that jumps right out at me. Charles Barkley had really good footwork.
Interesting.
He was 6'4", undersized.
Yes.
He was able to use his body a lot. He was very physical. A lot of people don't know Charles Barkley had an unbelievable vertical. Tim Duncan had really good feet also. Rasheed Wallace had really good feet work. Shaq, believe it or not, I didn't really guard a lot of Shaq, but Shaq had really good feet. You know, you can really go through the whole catalog of guys. I'm thinking of Zach Randolph because he was always opening up. Chris Bosh had really good feet.
Great names. Buckets. He's checked in for Andrew Harrison. Gasol passes to Jackson. Down low. Here's Smart. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. That one drops. He ties it up. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And it's Conley with the ball for Memphis. To the middle. Here's Gasol. And the rejection by Towns.
A tremendous shot blocker in college, Kevin. Towns has packed that part of his game and brought it with him to the next level.
And it's Wiggins missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Inside. Here's Gasol. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see. And the way Mark plays, similar to his brother Powell, a soft shooting big man with phenomenal length.
Now here's Smart. Outside, Towns. To the inside. Broke loose. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for the Grizzlies.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
Beast mode in the painted area. Karl Anthony Towns. Hard to match up with him. His size and skill set, top level.
Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 13-point game against New Orleans.
And his scoring is going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That's foul number 2 for him. Outside Crowder. Here's Barrett. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Grizzlies have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. It's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Timberwolves trail. Smart kicks to Rozier. Pass to Towns. Dishes it to Wiggins. Shoots from the line. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Wiggins has got his second basket of the night. The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Pass to Gasol. Conley against Rozier. Here's Gasol. Hits the target from 18 feet. Gasol's got 5.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer to have.
Now here's Towns. Had a 24-point outing in their last game against Dallas. Now the dish to Wiggins. 5 on the clock. Bounce pass from Beal. Rozier for 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Barrett, guarded by Smart. Outside Conley. Gasol up top, shoots over Towns. Gasol no good. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And Jackson with the block. Now Crowder, he's coming off a 13-point game against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
What a pass, and then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
Could have messed that up trying for a big slam. Nice work going to the layup.
Now here's Rozier. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Tries it from 19, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Memphis shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And, Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Tyus Jones comes in for Terry Rozier. He hits both from the stripe. Here's Jones. He's still scoreless so far in this one. There's the lob to Towns. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And defensively, you've got to be on the lookout for this. I mean, Towns gets up in a hurry now.
For Memphis, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Now here is Conley. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Right side, Beal. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. Now here's Conley. They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. And now it's time for the Rookie Watch with this season's assist leaders. This is the newest crop of playmakers in the NBA. Take a look at buckets. Third in assists and a great leader.
A number of gifted passers entering the NBA this season, and he's right up there among the very best. I like what I've seen from him as a distributor.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, he's always looking for the open man, Greg. Eyes seem to be all over in the back of his head as well. His arrow is definitely pointing up as a playmaker.
Beal deciding where to go with it. He kicks it to Valanciunas. From 11 feet away, and the shot falls short this time. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Inside, Towns with the steal. To the paint, here's Jones, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
What a play there, the hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
That one drops. He ties it up. The Grizzlies have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter. Just under 50% shooting. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Memphis shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Mike Conley.
And Mike Conley, the fellow Buckeye, is about as reliable as it gets in running his team and doing everything you want a point guard to do. Crafty defender. He also has really elevated his game offensively.
And it's Jones with the ball for Minnesota. Trailing by 2. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Jones. 8 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. .137 left to play here in the second quarter.
Really a complete defender. I mean, Towns able to do it in the paint and on the perimeter.
There's the 3. Hits it from three-point range. And now a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
And we want to thank Kevin Garnett for joining us, giving us some perspective. KG is always great, and thank you. Giving us a lot to think about with your comments tonight. Thanks for coming by.
Okay, Hall, man, I hope I was able to help, man. You know, thank you for letting me be part of it.
You took over the broadcast.
Not even, man. I'm learning.
You took over the broadcast.
I'm learning from the best, K. Keep doing it, man.
Love you, buddy.
My dude.
And Clark, you know, it's amazing. KG was the alpha dog as a player, and he just continues to carry that with him. That's who he is.
And, you know, I think that's who he will always be, too, Kevin. Seemed like he had the attributes of being a leader and grew into that even more as he was mentored by guys like Sam Mitchell and others. So he's the kind of guy with his personality, his charisma, his work ethic that others find it easy to look up to.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Johnson, he's checked in for Gasol. Anderson comes in for Jackson. And Brooks subbed in for Crowder. And he makes both free throws. And for Tyus Jones, 3 gold medals playing for the U.S. national team throughout high school. He was Minnesota's Mr. Basket, a national title Clark in his lone season at Duke. I mean, this kid's already got a lot of hardware.
Yeah, he's got a cabinet full of hardware, and I think he's got a chance to develop into a really solid point guard in this league. Again, just 1 year of college, very early in his career. Got to give him time because he's shown that he can be a winner at the levels he's played at prior to the NBA.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The Grizzlies have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Parsons is checked in. Good on the second free throw. And the Timberwolves with possession here. 6-point lead. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. That'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. Here's Beal. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Beal's got 10 points now just in this quarter. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Jones against Conley. To the paint. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Beal. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Anderson outside. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Just 4 seconds left in the first half. From deep 3-point range, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Bradley Beal, he's been the guy making things happen for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, you got some scoring going in that first half. What did you take advantage of?
I'm just finding spots, not chasing it, letting it come to me. Just using what my teammates give me.
Productive half so far, Karl Anthony. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to you, I guess.
And you.
Not you.
Not him?
You.
Oh, her, for sure.
Them.
Yes.
This is Ernie Johnson. That's Kenny, that's Shaq. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Bradley Beal putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 17 points and 1 steal. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Efficiency. You know, I think that's big. That's a key to success. You got to protect the basketball. You can't make those risky passes that lead to highlight film dunks. So I thought it was a great job.
And, Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. Strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone, to the Twin Cities. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Bradley Beal having a dominant impact in this game.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to. Just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, you know, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
Timberwolves leading by 6. Bradley Beal is out there with Wiggins. Then it's Marcus Smart. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Rozier in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. The Grizzlies shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. And the shot's good from Crowder.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Rozier kicks to Beal. That 3 off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Left side, Smart. Barrett, guarded by Smart. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Memphis. On Wednesday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Saturday, they'll host the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And for that matchup with the Wizards, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best. They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
In the NBA, Clark, great offense sometimes overcomes great defense. The fadeaway jumper, an example of one of the more unstoppable shots players make.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, you think of guys like Dirk Nowitzki, LeBron James. Dirk's was so unorthodox, and at his size, just impossible to get to his shot when he stepped away from you. And LeBron has mastered it with his athleticism and strength. I mean, he'll fade away and fade 8-10 feet away from him and still get that shot off. So those two guys, I mean, if you're talking about major fadeaways currently in the last decade, I don't think you could find anybody at the top one.
Now here is Conley, following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. Out to Conley, shot clock at 5. Over Rozier, it's deflected to the inside. Smart on the wing. Another miss by Minnesota.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
The score now all even. Timeout. 20 points for buckets.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And with the tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see which players have had the most success from the stripe this month. 5th, Jay Crowder.
And during that time, guys, he's been an absolute dead-eye shooter from the free throw line. His concentration just never wavers.
And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for the Timberwolves. They're scoreless since the first half. Rozier the pass to Towns. Back to Rozier. They could use a bucket. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Here's Smart following the score by Memphis. Towns kicks to Smart. Shot clock at 6. The 15-footer tried to bank it in, but he misses. And here are the Grizzlies. They've got an 8-0 run. And so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last.
And checking out some numbers for Crowder. How his last 10 games have gone. 8th in free throw percentage, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And yeah, he's a true professional at the free throw line. It's a part of the game where he excels. You want him at the line for you in crunch time. Conley with a wide open look, and that one goes long.
You know, it hasn't been his night, but his team still leads, so that's encouraging.
And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Nicely executed play there. The pass on target, and Wiggins with the explosive finish.
Now, here's Gasol. 5 points in the game. Over Towns. Gasol, no good. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. It's Beal on the wing. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 5 assists tonight.
Always got to patrol the three-point line. When you don't, you suffer the consequences.
Now the pass to Barrett. Conley against Rozier. Outside Conley. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Barrett. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Bucket's got 22 points. Minnesota in the lead. Beal finds Towns. Beal with it. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Towns, the pass to Beal. Shoots over Crowder, and a little luck that time, but it drops. That's now 22 points for Beal.
That mid-range jumper is just another one of his weapons.
Towns against Gasol. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. So both teams making some changes here. Towns with the steal. Inside, Okogie, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
6 on the shot clock. There's Jackson with the 3. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Tell you what, it does not matter who's shooting. The defense has got to be better at getting a hand up on long-range shooters. You've got to challenge the shot.
Towns down low, guarded by Jackson. And it's Towns missing. Memphis trailing here. Feeds to Crowder. This is it to Harrison. Outside Jackson. Pass to Gasol. Over Valanciunas. They get it again.
When he's got that kind of position, he's got to score it. Got to score the ball from there.
Took him no time at all on that line. He's got 10.
Where was the defense? Come on now. Where was it? No idea how they gave up that open a look.
Harrison kicks to Gasol. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Pass to Jones. Now Towns. Right side Jones. Towns down low. Jackson on him. And it's Towns missing. The Grizzlies trail by 5. To the middle. The pass to Barrett. The kick out to Crowder. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Timberwolves. They're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And, of course, there's the Grizzlies. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And I think for the Timberwolves, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Well, it figures to be a hectic finish to the season as they attempt to lock down a postseason berth. They've got very little margin for error the rest of the way.
Okogie, guarded by Jackson. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Here's Jones. Valanciunas. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Valanciunas has got his 3rd bucket of the night. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Minnesota?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Amir Johnson's checked in for Gasol. Anderson comes in for Jackson. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Crowder. And Brooks subbed in for buckets. Now here's Anderson, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Jones, 7-point differential. On the wing, Jones. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Here's Valanciunas. And it falls over the rim and in. And it's a 9-point Timberwolves lead. And it's Harrison with the ball for Memphis. Here's Brooks. No points in the game yet for him. Passes it to Harrison. Kicks to Anderson. Shot to stop the run. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And you watch Kyle Henderson out there. They call him slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense, and wasn't known for his defense, but has put in a lot of work to improve in that area.
The first one drops. And with Anderson, the defense has been a focus for him the last few seasons.
And even though Anderson doesn't get up and down the floor fast, he still has quick hands and feet. Is being asked to guard some of the top forwards in the league for this team and wants players to try and shoot over him so he can use his length. Considers it a win if his assignment takes a jumper and doesn't get around it.
That one misses. Minnesota leading by 8. Here's Beal. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Anderson with the ball. Now Valanciunas defending. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his 5th foul. Brooks against Wiggins. Brooks kicks to Parsons. 6 to shoot. Pass to Harrison. Over Rozier. Misses off the left iron. Minnesota's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
Well, I tell you what, you got major bounce, but the long arms, Kevin, that Wiggins gives him an extra advantage converting at the rack.
Now here's Brooks. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Harrison. He dishes it to Johnson. Harrison kicks to Anderson. The Grizzlies with another miss. Minnesota with the ball. They're on an 18-6 run. And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. 1:49 left to play here in the 3rd. And there's the pass to Rozier. Passes to Valanciunas. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
And Anderson kicks to Brooks. Pass to Harrison. Shot clock at 5. From deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Andrew Wiggins. Averaging about 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Pass to Bates-Diop. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Bates-Diop's got 6.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Harrison, 13 points in the game. And that one's good. Brooks.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
And here is Rozier. He kicks it to Valanciunas. A 3-pointer. Wiggins. Parsons with the rebound.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
7-second difference. Shot and game clock. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Brooks against Smart. Rozier with the ball. Pass to Wiggins. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Timberwolves lead by 11. And we'll be back right after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a 2-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. They've got Brooks. Kyle Anderson is out there with Amir Johnson. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Conley in at the point. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Clark, we know you were a great athlete. Would you have enjoyed playing at the pace we're seeing in today's NBA style?
I hope I could have played in today's game. Again, I was not an uber athletic guy. Athletic enough to get things done on the court. Was a skilled basketball player more than a great athlete. So the athleticism of today might have challenged me a bit. But I still think I could have played and been effective in today's game.
I agree. And the first one at the line is good. And Memphis making a change here. Jackson's checked in. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Jones. The pass to Bates-Diop. Okogie. Here's Valanciunas. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Exactly, man. Come on. You got to be physical down there. There's got to be some intensity and some physicality on the boards.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
Now here's Anderson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Timberwolves leading by 9. Pass to Bates-Diop. Timberwolves passing it around. Okogie defended by Anderson. Smart. Anderson with the block. Outside Conley. Pass to Anderson. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 7th assist in the game. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Here's Bates-Diop, guarded by Jackson. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Conley. Valanciunas grabs the board. And so is Jones. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. To the middle. Here's Bates-Diop. Kicks it out to Jones. Six on the shot clock. Here's Valanciunas. Even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's foul number 2 for him. Marc Gasol's checked in for the Grizzlies. And here are the Grizzlies now. A great 4th quarter, just giving up 2 points. Brooks with no one around. Nailed from 3-point land.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The 3-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range, Greg. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for them.
Now, here's Valanciunas. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Valanciunas has got 10 points in just the second half. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Timeout called the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
Checked in for Dylan Brooks. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Dave Yeager went over with his team. 3-pointers have hurt them tonight and told his players, we've got to play them better on the 3-point line. We can't give them any more clean looks. Kevin?
Now here's Smart. And Jones has it in the corner. Clock at 6. Here's Bates-Diop. Bullseye. And it's an 8-point Timberwolves lead. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Kicks it to Conley. Outside Jackson. To the inside. And another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Okogie, he's covered by Anderson. Okogie, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
2 shots. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. The Grizzlies making a change here. Crowder's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Conley against Jones. Here's the three. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Mike Conley. Okogie defended by Crowder. Passes it to Valanciunas. Stripped away. Barrett, guarded by Smart. Barrett the pass to Conley. The pass to Jackson. Here's Gasol, and Gasol with the dunk.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. That shot, no good. Good D by Gasol. Guys, this offense very effective.
And, guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Timberwolves leading by 3. Outside, Jones. Valanciunas finds Jones. Towns against Gasol. Towns, no luck. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Now Crowder dishes it to Jackson. Barrett, guarded by Smart. 6 to shoot. To tie it up. A rebound by the Timberwolves. They've led by as many as 14 points. Wiggins surveying the floor. Outside, Smart. He kicks it to Beal. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. Jackson's got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after it. Outside Conley. Outside Jackson. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. They'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trailblazers. Then on Friday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
And for that matchup with the Thunder, on paper, you'd expect them to come away with the win, but this might be one of those trap games where they let it get away from them if they aren't focused.
Now Crowder, Bradley Beal missing from long range. And another miss by Memphis. Smart on the wing. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Barrett, guarded by Smart. Here's Barrett. And that one hits back iron. Timberwolves leading by 3. Rozier kicks to Towns. Back to Rozier. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Smart deciding where to go with it. Back to Towns. Second shot opportunity. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Well, I like the way Towns reads where the ball is coming off when it's missed. And he's got excellent timing as well and did a good job beating everybody to the ball.
And the dunk by Jackson.
And he He's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And the Timberwolves with possession here, following the score by Memphis. It's deflected, and so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
Beal, good on the baseline J. Beal's got 24 points. And so Conley will bring the ball up for Memphis. It's a 5-point game. Outside Gasol. The dish to Crowder. Gasol against Towns. Count that one. 9 points for Marc Gasol.
And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, fatigue really a factor. You can see the heavy legs, and that's why he was wide open on that shot. The defender just couldn't get to him.
Here's Towns following the basket by Marc Gasol. Wiggins passes to Towns. Oh, here we go now. Crowder's got it, the fast break chance, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. First free throw is good. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Marcus Smart. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Now, here's Rozier. Wiggins outside. Pass to Valanciunas. Rozier with the ball. Pass to Towns. Shoots from 14. And Gasol sends it back.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
Beal, that's for 2. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. That's now 26 points for Beal. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Barrett, he's covered by Beal. Barrett the pass to Conley. Right side Gasol. And the rejection by Towns. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now. And with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
And yes, it's good. Bucket's got 28.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Not when the game's hanging in the balance. That makes it a little different. He was going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way on that one.
Here's Valanciunas following the score by Memphis. 6 on the shot clock. Wiggins with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
A crucial possession with time ticking down.
Yeah, an opportunity to take the lead on this possession.
To take the lead, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
No good that time. Good work defensively by Crowder. Memphis has gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. Here's Barrett. A miss that time would have put him up. Minnesota's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Memphis trailing here. Kicks it to Gasol. Over Valanciunas. The shot's good from Gasol. And he's now got the double-double. 11 points and 12 rebounds. The Timberwolves shooting 32% in the fourth, perhaps looking a bit tired. Passes it to Towns. Over Gasol. Second shot opportunity. And it's Towns missing.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Both loose. Here's Beal. And a wide open look here for Wiggins.
That is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They trail by 1. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, and looking at how much time they have, I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Gasol inside, guarded by Valanciunas. Count it!
We're seeing real hot, on fire version Gasol right now.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're behind by 1. There's 25 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Towns. Money!
Absolutely amazing, Kevin. This young man is so money. And his teammates absolutely love him. Karl Anthony Towns, a.k.a. Big Cat.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're down by 1. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And really no need to rush. Still plenty of time to get a good look.
Well, if they've got a play that they use to get a quality shot, this is the time to run it.
And here is Conley on the pass to Gasol. 13 feet away. No good.
Is it me or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Well, he practically has gotten every one that's available. A 20-plus rebounding game is not something we get to see very often, Greg.
And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You got to love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's going to happen. How is this thing going to play out?
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Andrew, an impressive win for you guys. How will you look back on tonight?
I feel it was great, I think the whole team played great. We shared the ball, we grabbed rebounds, we made big possessions, so I think it was a great game.
Hey, Andrew, congrats again. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.